All right, guys. So we are live here with the Jim. He's super kind enough to take time out of his day to talk to us about his experience working with Good Vibe Squad. What's up, Jim? How you doing?
McBilly, what's going on, man? It's good
Very
to see
good,
you.
dude. Yep. Thanks for taking the time, bro. So I'll just let you take this away. Just kind of introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Well, my name's Jim Arbon. I'm from Utah. I grew up here my whole life. Love the mountains. That's why Utah is one of the best places. When you like mountains, you live in Utah. There's some other places that might be a little bit better, but Utah, we have the greatest snow on earth. So if you like skiing or snowmobiling, you got to live in Utah or at least visit.
I think Preston was actually up there for snowmobiling. Yeah, I've
Really?
never been, but I'd love to visit.
If you like a motorized sport, snowmobiling is the best. You're floating on 2-3 feet of just a cloud powder. It's awesome. You'll love it. Do it.
And so we've been working together for a couple of months now. First of all, Jim, what made you decide to really start working with us?
Well, my partner, Dave Pettit, is, as far as I know, he's one of the best mortgage guys around. And I've been working with him as his partner. He's got a little bit more experience than me for sure, but he's like, you know what? Of all the places, all the guys I've used, these guys are the best by far. Like the way they do it, the way their flow and how they capture customers and how they keep track of customers and the reminders and everything. He just said, these are the guys to use. So
Sweet, man.
I trust the man, and now I trust you guys.
Awesome, dude. So I mean, for you, obviously you came in as a referral. There's that build trust in there. But now that, we've worked together for a couple of months, what has been your experience working with us, Jim?
I'd say the biggest thing working with the Good Vibe Squad is essentially they care. They care about, it's like the other day, I had a couple guys come over to try to fix my AC. And the last guy was a guy I picked because he seemed like he cared more about my wallet than his wallet. And that's the vibe I get from the Good Vibe Squad is essentially Preston's shown and you've shown so many times that you really do care about results for us, not just for you, but for us. And by having our results good, of course, your results will be good. And we'll still want to use you guys, and we have, and we still will. But there's definitely a sense of you guys care about us.
That's awesome, Jim. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, man. And, as far as this goes, we look at this as a true partnership, right?
For sure.
We want you to succeed. And that's why we've really implemented the weekly coaching calls, right? I know a lot of our clients have brought up how valuable that is because we want to make sure that not only do we provide this excellent service, but you're also utilizing it, right, to the best
Definitely.
possible way.
There's a sense of I'm not alone in this, like, maybe other programs or other services, if you have a problem, it's hard to get a hold of customer service. Whereas in this situation, it's easy. I always get emails back pretty quickly. If I need to get a quick response, it doesn't need to be today or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I set up an appointment and it's perfect. All questions are answered.
That's awesome, man. So you've been doing this for a couple months. I mean, what type of results have you actually seen so far from the system?
We get a lot of leads. We're probably getting a lead or two a day. Like a lot of leads, you have to sift through them, but they seem to be pretty quality leads. If they're not ready now, they seem like people that are going to be ready in the future. Mm-hmm. They're definitely curious about the programs we have, advertised on Facebook. And it just simply means they're either looking or they're going to be looking and they're getting ready, to actually pull the trigger. So the whole system is set up perfectly to keep track of all of those people. Occasionally someone drops off just because, I don't know, they were bored at 2 a.m. and they just filled out the information for some random reason. But for the most part, everybody is responsive. They really seem to be serious customers. Mm-hmm. With some outliers, of course, but for the most part, everybody's either going to buy now or they're going to buy down the road.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't fully control everything, right? But what we want to do is we want to focus on the things that we can control. And that is to find qualified buyers, right? Who are actually interested in buying a house, whether it's, this month or a couple of months down the road, right? And obviously, we want to make sure that they book an appointment on your calendar, right? So that you're not chasing them, they're more like chasing you, right? So as far as like your experience though, Jim, like, can you talk a little bit more about numbers? Like, what does that look like? How many deals have you closed so far?
So my situation is a little different. I mean, like you said, I've just kind of been doing this a couple months. I came over from auto financing, and my buddy Dave brought me over, and So far, my life has been a lot better. I'll tell you, working at dealerships is not nearly as fun as working at the mortgage side. But my experience so far, like, you know, I'm learning the mortgage system, and I'm getting that down, and I'm, you know, going off these leads here, and we've already closed two loans in the last couple months.
Nice.
And then I've got 5 in the hopper right now that we're working on.
Sweet.
So there's definitely, like, it's worth the investment for sure. It's kind of a no-brainer.
See, man, that's awesome. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about the system too, because when a lot of other loan officers ask us about it, right? Not only are we utilizing the systems to generate business for you right now, but because you're generating, you know, pre-approved home buyers, you're able to leverage this towards your realtor partners. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of these leads come in and they don't have a realtor. We kind of have a nice pipeline to our realtor partners.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
And have you actually kind of strengthened the realtor partners, attracted partners for you personally?
I mean, it's hard for a realtor to say no to some. So.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
See, man. So, all right, Jim. So awesome. Super excited for you. So, you know, just kind of one last thing. What would you say for other people that might be watching this video and, you know, they're looking for a marketing system, just kind of like what you have right now. And, you know, they might be kind of like considering us, working with us. They don't know who we are. What can you tell them?
Well, I mean, I can only speak to my experience. You know, my experience has been great. I mean, the money you spend, I mean, it's kind of fun. I'll just sit there and I'll get an email. Oh, I got another lead. They just messaged me and they want to talk, or they just scheduled, you know, a 2:00 meeting tomorrow. Well, I didn't do any work for that. It just kind of come into my lap, and here I've already got multiple customers as I slept. You know, it's kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's more on like the time factor, right? Because the fact that you could leverage the system and you're not doing anything in terms of like any of the reach out, the leads are actually reaching out to you. Is that right?
Yeah. And because I'm not having to spend a ton of time reaching out, I can focus my energy on other things that I need to do. And so time is money.
Sweet.
Save time. You save money. That's worth the money spent.
Hell yeah. All right. Awesome, Jim. I'm super excited for you. And, you know, want to get this rolling. And, you know, thank you for taking the time. All right.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Squad, man. Do it.